Stasia live in Mexico here in Guadalajara, and I was just talking to one of my daughters on the phone, and she said that she couldn't find certain things at the grocery store, and I've noticed that a lot of you have been reaching out and just homesteading it and making bread, and some of you are doing sourdough, and this is actually just me reaching out to Chip and Joanna Gaines. You guys are awesome. My favorite couple that I like to watch on TV. I don't get your show down here, unfortunately. Like I said, we're missionaries in Mexico, so I don't get your show. But when I'm in the States, I stream it like all the time. But you recently did a awesome video about chocolate chips and then chili, and then you had this lovely family sing, and it brought tears to my eyes, and there was hashtags about, share your talent. Well, I don't have any talent. I really don't. I mean, I'm a missionary mom. I've loved on lots of kids, and I've had lots of kids live in my home through the years, and I cook, and I clean, and I sew, and I knit. And I know that nobody really wants to see me sit around and sew and knit, but I've had a lot of people ask about a couple of their favorite recipes. And so I'm going to share my favorite recipe with you. It's a bread recipe that doesn't take any yeast. I've never been good at sourdough, so I'm sharing this recipe with you as a Christian. No pun intended, it was all I could get. Actually, this is what we're going to use to rise the bread. Only half of it, not the whole thing, and I don't drink the rest. I just save it for bread. Yes, it's beer cheese bread. This bread is super hearty. It's lovely with soup. And can I just interrupt for 1 second? Like I said, we're missionaries, and we live on the corner of a very busy bus stop. It's right here on my kitchen window. So there's going to be noise, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. That's the neighbor's dog, bless them. We need those dogs for our protection. They always tell us when something's going wrong down here, and we live in Mexico. Just use your imagination. Anyway, this bread is amazing. This is the ultimate comfort food. It's great with soup, salad, and if you're careful when you slice it with an actual bread knife, it makes lovely sandwich bread. You can do just about anything with this bread. Mix it around. It probably won't fail you. I had a few tries when I had to switch to a gas oven here in Mexico. I'm going to have to fiddle with this camera and make it work, and I've had to do a few of the steps ahead because of how my kitchen is. So let's just see this wobbly little camera. Look. Okay, see, don't I have a lovely kitchen? It's like super small. So because of it, I love this IKEA stuff. I got this IKEA stuff on the wall. And I have my favorite little plaque here. Wash your hands, right? Little insight into my kitchen. See, people just pass by my window all the time. And actually, I'm ADD. I love my dish drainer. Isn't it awesome? I have very small counter space, so this is great because it just goes up, and it affords a little bit of blocking to this window, which is the corner of a busy bus stop, and it gives me more counter space. So let me see if I can figure out this camera. There. Okay. So what I have put in here is and I will write the instructions down, I have put in 3 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and I have taken 2 large garlic cloves and some onion, and I have sauteed it in olive oil, and I have added pepper. So I'm just going to put this right here in the flour, and I'm not going to put all of it. Oh, why not? I'll just put it all. Yeah, this is really good. Oh my gosh, you're going to so love this bread. It is so yummy. I've also put a little bit of salt in here. And I'm going to add this cheese last. I have to look over to the side to see if you can see what I see. So this is cheddar cheese. You can use any cheese you want. I prefer cheddar, but you can throw jalapenos in here if you want to make it a sweet bread. Okay, now you need to see me again. So if you want to make it a sweet bread, you can make it a sweet bread. You can take apples and, have you ever fried apples? fry up some apples with some cinnamon and some nuts maybe, and put those in on instead of the savory stuff that I've got going here. But I like savory, especially with soup. And this is really yummy, toasted. You're going to think this is funny, but even though that this is a savory bread, it's delicious toasted with jam. So it's this, you're going to love this bread. You have to try this bread. Trust me, it's so good. Okay, I'm going to put the video down again so you can see what the beer does. So here is my flour, and here are I've mixed everything together. This is all of my dry ingredients, and I'm going to put in a half a can of beer because this is a monster can. This is like, I don't know, a quart. We do live in Mexico, so I'm going to watch what happens when you put the beer in. Now don't worry for all of you who are like me, who are worried about the alcohol content. It burns off. Or Lord have mercy, I hope it does. See that? All those lovely bubbles? Amazing. I'm going to mix this up a bit. And we're going to put in, now the reason why I didn't measure this out, because it was a big can, I'm just guesstimating about half, is because it's hard to measure beer. You can't tell what part's the liquid and what part's the bubbles. So, and people do a lot of drinking around here, so you can't find a small can. So anyway, this is what the dough should look like. Nice and moist. Oh, it smells like beer. And then I'm going to put in, can you see what I'm doing? I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of my cheddar cheese. Like I said, you can use any kind of cheese you want. You can use a little bit more cheese if you want to use a little bit more cheese. And just gently mix it in. Okay. Now, how easy is that? All right, I'm going to get my child cheater. For those of you who don't know what a child cheater is, it is one of these. I've always called them a child cheater because they cheat the child. Here's my pan. I already sprayed it with a bit of spray pan. And I'm just going to put this lovely dough, make sure it's all wet, right into my pan. You don't have to knead it, nothing. This is the best bread. Oh my gosh, you're going to try it and you're going to go, I really love it. So, there we go. Put that all there. And the only other thing is the butter. I'm going to stop the video here because I love you guys and I want to share my best bread recipe with you that I have kept a secret for 30 years. So here's my secret to you. Try it. Love you guys. Bye.